What's up, guys? It's Robert and welcome back to GentStyle. As you can see, we have a guest in today's episode. This is Michael Rogers. Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Robert?
Doing really good. So today, guys, we're going to talk about watches, and particularly, Michael, hold up to the main camera what you have in your hand.
So today I have with me a reference 1601 Rolex Datejust. This bad boy is actually from 1968, so I guess you could call it more of a vintage piece. It's a fantastic dress watch and it's a nice utilitarian. You can wear it anywhere. You can wear it dressed down, dressed up. If anybody's really looking to get their first real luxury watch, let's call it that, I can't recommend this anymore. It's absolutely fantastic. I've worn this bad boy since, I want to say, August of last year.
So kind of the purpose behind having you here today is because I recently purchased what is a fake Rolex. And Mike, I mean, this is a very hideous watch. It's a bad, remake compared to the original, which is, very nice. And today we're going to kind of talk about some of the similarities, the differences, and the things that you can definitely tell that are different about a fake Rolex that was $20 versus the real one, which was thousands of dollars. Also, we have a couple of extra watches. We have a Seiko SGF 206, which is a pretty nice little watch. It's a gold-plated watch, but I think it's pretty nice. So, Michael, what are some of the main differences that you notice in both of the watches?
So without looking at it, if you put this in my hand, it's nice and weighty. I mean, you can even hold it yourself.
It's definitely, it feels like there's a sense of quality with it. The band is a lot heavier than this fake band, I've noticed, and it really, I mean, you can obviously, if you look at both of these, you can tell the difference between these two watches. Kind of speak to about this is it the bezel of the watch?
Yeah, the bezel. So on the Foglix, we definitely have a very loud, a very large bezel compared to with the Rolex. It's almost petite. It's nice and small. However, it makes its mark. It almost looks like there's diamonds going around the edge of the watch. With the Foglix, it's also it feels a lot more compact. It feels very, very claustrophobic, even with the crown just right off the bat. The crown is absolutely ginormous.
Yeah.
And with the text as well, it's very spaced out. It's a little nowhere near as defined. It's almost looks like it was handwritten on there.
Yeah.
With the hour markers as well, it's very bland. It's very boring.
Yeah.
They almost look like they were just tacked on there with almost no thought. With the magnification on the Cyclops is absolutely wrong. It actually looks like it's not magnifying anything at all.
Nope.
Maybe a 0.5 magnification at most. With the hands as well, that's probably the closest thing they did right.
Yeah. So the main thing that I've noticed when looking at the two is yours is automatic and the fake Rolex is just a standard like quartz. It's ticking. But the real Rolex, I think that's the dead giveaway, is that the real Rolex is showing that automatic spinning around the clock. And also I noticed, like, with the size, the overall size of the fake one is way off when you compare it to the real one. And I like to think that the Seiko is kind of a more,
it's a bit more true.
Yeah, it's a little bit more true to that original thing. So like kind of comparing these, like I noticed that at one, well, the glass on this at the top, like the glass looks like it's bigger. It pokes out a little bit more.
Yeah, it's coming down.
And so that's definitely a really nice feature. But the bezel around here is like the same size. The crown is obviously not meant to be the same. And honestly, I think that these two are pretty similar. Now, is there anything that you can tell off the bat is a really matter-of-fact reason on why you should buy the real Rolex versus getting something that is like a similar, more affordable alternative like the Seiko?
So what I tell people all the time is buy what you can afford. Find something that you genuinely love. If you love a Rolex, there's plenty of alternatives that are similar. However, save that Rolex for when you know you can get it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you're going to appreciate this so much more than just having a hunk of plastic on your wrist.
Yeah.
Everybody has humble beginnings.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you start off with. Like, for example, I started with a crappy little $100 movement fashion watch.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing.
Me too.
I wouldn't recommend with that.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't recommend going with the movement. Only reason I had it was because it was a gift and I didn't know anything about watches.
Yeah. The main thing, like, if I'll tell a person who is getting started with watches, because I started, my first watch that I really like thought was serious and that I really paid attention to was a Timex. It was just a plain simple digital Timex watch. So I'd say, if you want that first watch that's going to be affordable, that's going to get the job done, I'd say buy a Timex, either a digital one or a standard watch. Also, if you're looking for something that's kind of a step up, I recommend getting something like a nice Seiko, because that Seiko is going to be that, or Citizen, those are going to be those watches that are, you know, a couple of $100s that are still going to be affordable, but they're going to be really good quality, and they're going to be way better quality than what you get with brands like Movement or Vincero or the Fifth watches.
Well, I mean, there is one thing that I do want to mention about those watches is, believe it or not, designer watches, fashion watches is what a lot of people call them.
Yeah.
We give them crap. However, it is getting a lot of people that wouldn't have gotten into watches. It's getting them into them.
Yeah.
It's something that they can put on their wrists, and it's making people have this appreciation for things they wear every single day. But there's fantastic watches. You have Timex, like you mentioned. You also have Casio.
Casios are good.
Oh, Casio's fantastic. I actually have a Casio calculator watch.
Yeah, I do too. It's upstairs.
Oh yeah. No, I love it.
It is a nice watch.
I guarantee you, every time you wear your Casio calculator watch, somebody looks at it and is like, "That's amazing." Yeah.
Well, Michael, it was great having you here. I really thank you for coming. This has been an interesting experience. Holding my first Rolex.
You want to try it on?
Yeah, I tried it on earlier. It's really nice. Sure. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe and share. I'd really appreciate it. All of Michael's social media profiles and information will be linked in the description, along with some of the watches that we talked about. So, with that being said, I'm Robert. This is Michael. This is GentStyle, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.